Good morning and welcome to Thinking Out Loud Saturday Sports here on KBIA. But let's start with the Tigers soccer team. MU came into last night's match at soggy Walton Stadium against the top team in the Big 12 standings, Colorado, with a 6-4-3 record overall, having tied their last two against Big 12 teams. And it looked for 90 minutes at least like this could be the third straight tie for the Tigers. They, as usual, played very aggressive offense. That's a fun team to watch. They got their opportunities, 11 shots on goal in just the first half for Mizzou. And the closest came right before halftime when Kerry Adam had one right there. The junior came very close to scoring, got really a terrific shot off, but was stopped by, quite honestly, the best save I have seen, I think, all season from Colorado goalie Kerry Linder. Really made a TV highlight-type save to stop Kerry right before halftime. The second half saw more chances, but nobody really came that close again to hitting the back of the goal. And regulation ended with a scoreless tie. That was not what the 612 fans out there in 39-degree damp weather wanted to see out of their Tigers, and it is not what they got. In just a minute or two of overtime, the Tigers got the victory that they wanted under some really strange circumstances, described best by the goal scorer herself. Here's Tiger Alysha Bonnick.
Could you just run us through what happened there at the end?
So, Weasel got fouled in the box, and we were expecting a penalty kick. So I just kind of stopped and stared, and then Michelle was like, ah! And then went with it and got the cross off. So, yeah.
And you were just, you kind of thought the play was over. You were kind of just stationed right there in front of the goal the whole time?
I was ball watching for sure until Michelle kind of picked it up.
After going all of regulation without a score and then getting it right away there at the start of overtime, you guys have had a lot of close, dramatic games late. How does this one fit into the pattern, I guess? I
just think it's awesome how we just scored like 30 seconds into the overtime. I hope we can do it again, and I just really wanted to get home, and our what's it called again? Our motto is one of our mottos is finish. So finish early and finish the game, and that's what we did.
I know a tie in the Big 12 is an accomplishment in itself, especially with some of the competition you've been playing, but was there kind of a sense of frustration, like, hey, let's win one of these things? Because after all that work for 90 minutes, was there kind of anything you guys said to each other? Or
people were getting frustrated on the field. You could tell people were like, pass me the ball, But you just have to calm each other down and just stay in the green and, work together and get through it.
Talk a little bit about the defense of Colorado, because obviously, not getting the goal through the 90 minutes, it looked like you were getting some opportunities there and just wasn't quite coming through.
Mm-hmm. I think we did an awesome job playing against the defenders. I feel like they were good defenders, but I feel like we wore them down with our pressing. And by the end of it, I really feel like they couldn't handle our forwards and our style of play. So
that's been the deal with you guys all along now. Keep pressing, keep moving forward, and it kind of wears people out.
We just need to shoot and get our shots on, so score.
That was Alysha Bonnick following the Tigers' 1-0 overtime victory over Colorado last night over at Walton Stadium. By the way, for those uninitiated with Mizzou soccer, Weasel is Christian Andrighetto, the senior forward, and it's always amusing for me that the players will sometimes forget that reporters, fans, people listening to them don't know who they're talking about, but that's who she means when she says Weasel, and obviously a really important part of just about every really big moment for the Tiger soccer team. Andrighetto's really in there in the middle of so much of it, whether she's gotten the goal or not. She's a huge part of that Tiger offense. Well, this is a big, big win, as I mentioned, for the Tiger soccer team. Colorado was top-ranked in the conference coming into the game at 7-6 overall, 4-1 on the season. And really just a big win for them. Mizzou was it's really kind of bunched up here. It's funny how things go. They're actually fifth coming into tonight's game in the 2009 Big 12 standings. I should say last night's game in the Big 12 standings with a 6-4-3 mark. Colorado was top ranked at 4-1 overall on the season. Texas Tech 3 wins, no losses, and a tie. Texas a couple of wins and a couple of ties. A&M with 2 wins and a tie. Mizzou with 1 win and 2 ties. But now with that second victory for the Tigers. They move up pretty considerably, kind of based upon that victory. We'll have to kind of wait and see what happens to the other teams in the Big 12 Conference. But this certainly was a big win for them Tigers. They next will be playing tomorrow. They'll be at home again, and another really key Big 12 matchup taking on the Red Raiders of Texas Tech, who, as we mentioned, are also unbeaten in Big 12 play at 3 wins, no losses, and a tie. So if Mizzou can come out of tomorrow also with a victory, that really puts them up, depending on what happens with other teams, they could be as high as second in the conference. It's Thinking Out Loud Saturday Sports on KBIA.